I am no longer at Canlis. 3 babies later, it was time to get out of Seattle. When we told them about the 3rd baby and that it would mean we can't cram any more children into this tiny apartment in Seattle, this just isn't going to work out. They devoted time to asking us leading questions about where we want to be. Like, Mark sat down, we had this piece of paper, he's like, okay, here's you. We need to pick where you want to be and figure out how to get there. Like, what is that? Do you want a house in the country? Do you want to be near family? Like, what's your number one priority? What do you want career-wise? Like, all these things. At one point, we were considering moving to a town, and he gave Aaron a couple days off and took care of our children, our 2 kids, 16 months apart. Anne-Marie, Mark, and the kids took care of our children while we went to investigate whether this town was somewhere we wanted to move to. That's crazy. Who does that? Like, oh, you are like a huge piece of our culture and team here and have been for a long time, but we're going to enable you to leave us and cause us not just inconvenience, but huge inconvenience beyond that, like a huge sacrifice to our team and what we're doing here. They've been so generous to us. And that sounds really simple, but the way it manifested itself in the day-to-day in this place was not. There is not a place that I've heard of or interacted with that takes people and culture as seriously as Canlis. People and culture are really what Canlis does. So we now live down in Oregon, south of Portland, and I just went back to work full-time. I'm the people and culture manager at Transaction Tax Resources. They have been consistently rated as a top place to work in Oregon. Last year, taking the #1 place to work in Oregon by Oregon Business, top 100 workplaces, and by the Oregonian as well. So a place also with a very strong culture. My title is people and culture manager, which is another way to say HR manager, really. But the idea, even in that subtle shift of verbiage, is to emphasize the relational aspect, taking care of people. My job is really to make sure that culture there stays strong. My #1 thing is that we always need to be a top workplace in Oregon.